Yo, what is up guys, it's the Goblin. Today what I have for you guys is another Call of Duty Black Ops 3 video, and today's video is going to be the first one of my new series, How to Get Better at Black Ops 3. Now I'm super excited. I've literally been, since I posted my last video announcing this series, I've been thinking about it so much. I'm so excited to get this series going. Basically what it is you guys leave comments down in the comment section down below about any sort of question you guys have about Black Ops 3, anything you need help with, any tips that you need from me, and I answer those questions in a long video commentary format. So for my last video, I got about quite a few questions here I'm going to be doing my best to answer. Obviously, if you guys don't get your questions answered or you have new ones, just leave them in the comment section down below, and hopefully you guys will enjoy this series. Please drop some likes on this thing. I'd really love to see some support, and if you guys do enjoy this, you know, me giving all sorts of tips for Black Ops 3, please drop some likes. Let's get at least 2,000 likes. That would be absolutely awesome. And let's get right into your guys' questions about Black Ops 3, and I'll give you guys, there should be like a bunch of useful tips in this video. Let's get right into it. So the first question that I got from the comments came from Derek, and he says, I'm a rusher, but I die a lot. How can I reduce my deaths? Now, this is a very good question, and this is something that I can talk quite a bit about. A lot of people confuse what rushing and camping really are. A lot of people think rushing just means straight out sprint, 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 never getting off that sprint button. But in reality, what a good rusher does, and this is what good rushers in Call of Duty have been doing for years now, it's a good rusher understands the map. A good rusher knows how to maneuver the map, and I consider myself a pretty good rusher, rushing player in Black Ops 3, and basically a good rusher knows the choke points. And what a choke point is basically Call of Duty is sort of made, or the maps, especially in Black Ops 3, are made around these head glitches. Basically what a head glitch is it's cover. It's any cover. Why it's called the head glitch is because some of these, you know, head glitches are the cover in Black Ops 3. When you stand behind them, the cover is so tall, all you can see is their head. That's why it's called a head glitch. Obviously, if I'm standing behind a bunch of cover, you can only aim at my head. You're running to me, and I can see your whole body. I'm gonna kill you. And this is why I find that a bunch of people have problems with rushing, is because they run straight into these choke points. They run in and challenge people on head glitches and get picked off. And what a good rusher does, how you can reduce your deaths as a rusher, is by playing smarter. Run to a choke point, post up there for a few seconds, make sure it's clear, run to the next head glitch, post up for a few seconds. That's basically smart rushing, and that's the playstyle that I like to play my best. Smart rushing, not just blindly rushing past every cover and running into the enemy spawn. You want to post up and use the minimap to your advantage. Use the location of your teammates to your advantage. You know, wherever your teammates are is usually the enemies are going to be on the other side, or because your teammates are obviously covering that way. If you have a teammate looking towards the middle, you're going to want to watch the left side or the right side, because obviously your teammate is already watching the middle. Then you watch the minimap. If your teammate dies, you could turn around and take that guy out. These are basically just some simple tips on how to rush better. Hopefully those help you out, Derek. Let's get to the next question. Right now we have here is from Nuketown is awesome. And now this question ties in with the last one. That's why I put these two together. How do you get people off the dirtiest head glitches ever? It's simple. It's really hard. You don't want to challenge people straight up on head glitches. Now, Call of Duty has changed a bit over the years. Back in the day, you'd have really no chance of taking people off head glitches. In this game, there's a few counters to head glitches. One being high caliber. Obviously, if you have high caliber, a head glitch, you can counter it a lot easier because the person's head's going to be poking up. You have high caliber, which does more damage to people's heads with headshots, so you can be able to pick them off that way. But how I like to get people off of head glitches is if the head glitch is out in the open and not in a building, I like to double jump or wall run and jump as high as possible, because when you have a height advantage, the head glitch doesn't really matter. If you have a height advantage, it evens up the gunfight pretty much. Probably you even have an advantage in the gunfight. If you're up in the air and the guy's on a head glitch, you have that aerial view looking right down on him. It's going to be an easy kill for you. That's how you want to deal with people off head glitches. Nuketown is awesome. Use the movement to your advantage. Use afterburner. Use high caliber. Run, jump. You don't want to take them face on the ground, which is something that you can really use the Black Ops 3 movement system. You can really use it to your advantage. And that's one thing it's really good for, is taking people off of head glitches. The next question we have here is from David Rigo. He says, what's the best weapon for Combine? So I saw a lot of questions like this saying, what's the best weapon for this map, the best weapon for this map. And the truth is, on most maps, you can use most guns. On Combine, I wouldn't recommend a sniper, just like on a map like Redwood, I wouldn't recommend a shotgun. But on Combine, SMGs and assault rifles are going to be your best hope. Any SMG will be very good for Combine. Shotguns can be very good as well. And as far as an assault rifle, I'd recommend running one of the closer range assault rifles. What a closer range assault rifle is one with a higher fire rate, not like the M8 or the Shiva. Those are longer range assault rifles. A close range assault rifle is something like the HVK, the KN-44, stuff that actually has a pretty good fire rate, and you can rush with them pretty well. If you have stock, quick draw, and fast mags, that's what I like to run on my like HVK and KN-44. Those attachments basically turn your assault rifles into more rushing style assault rifles, if that makes any sense, and you can do a lot better. So it's up to you, David, on Combine, but those are the weapons I would personally recommend and the ones that I usually rock. I usually rock an SMG on that map, but I've gotten some 100 pluses with like HVK and KN-44 as well. Now the next question is a pretty big one coming in from Eddie Camacho. I hope I said that. That's a sweet name, man. I like that name. Also like your profile picture posing there in the window, looking pretty fly, man. But I've noticed that people with Scuf controllers have an advantage over other players that don't have one, because for example they can shoot while thrust jumping and the other player has to thrust completely before he can turn and shoot. Do we have to have Scufs for that kind of advantage, or there is a way to equal it out without using Scuf? So basically what a Scuf controller is it's a controller with paddles on the back, and what the paddles do is they allow you to jump. Basically the benefit of having a Scuf, I have one myself, is you can keep both your hands on the controller, so you can have it both on the thumbsticks to be aiming and shooting while jumping with like your middle finger. I think you use your middle finger to click on the back button to jump. So basically you can aim while jumping a lot easier than normal players. Now, is there a way to do this without having a Scuf controller? There's the bumper jumper. What bumper jumper is, it's a setting in Black Ops 3. You might want to try this out, Eddie. And bumper jumper setting is really good because it changes the bumpers around. I'm not sure entirely how it works because I haven't used it. Obviously, I use the Scuf controller. Bumper jumper works. You can jump around with those, and it's a little bit easier, but nothing's going to beat a Scuf controller, and I'm just being honest. I'm also sponsored by Scuf Gaming, and obviously this isn't a sponsored video or whatever, but they sent me a free controller, and if you guys want to buy a Scuf controller, they're pretty expensive. Like, a Scuf controller is probably the most important in gaming equipment for Black Ops 3. A headset can be good. A control freak can be okay, but a Scuf controller is going to allow you to jump while killing people. It's going to help you so much, and I noticed pretty much everyone that gets a Scuf is very happy with it. They are pretty expensive though, but if you guys want to, the link is always in the description to Scuf Gaming, and you guys can use my code GOBLIN to get a discount over there. I think it's like a 5% discount. Save some money on Scufs if you guys have the money for that, but if not, try out bumper jumper. If that doesn't really, if that's not very comfortable for you, there's no really other way to do it. Just you have to be able to press double tap A to jump, get back on your stick, and aim as quick as possible, man. But hopefully that helped you out there answering that question. The next question we have is from Sean Kirk. He says, do you prefer less attachments and more perks, or more attachments and less perks? I also am looking for the right combination of attachments for the KN-44 Man of War, and I'm wondering if the Kuda is as good as a gun like the VMP and Weevil. If so, should the Kuda have a suppressor? Thanks. Okay, so this has a few questions in one. Let's go ahead and answer them. Do I prefer less attachments and more perks, or more attachments and less perks? I prefer a balance. Usually what I have is you need at least 2 attachments. At least 2 attachments and maximum 4 attachments. So 2 to 4 attachments, and then the rest of your slot should be used on perks. A lot of people waste, I consider it a waste, unless you're playing in a competitive match or a match where, nades and stuff are really going to be helpful. Flak Jacket is just too strong in this game. The nades aren't that strong. The stuns aren't that strong either, because a lot of people use Tac Mask because the 3rd perk slot isn't as strong. I recommend just completely stay away from nades and tactical and lethal grenades. I don't use any of those. I use 2 to 4 attachments, and the rest of my slots all on perks and maybe on a reticle and a secondary. As far as a combination of attachments for the KN-44, quick draw stock fast mags for the KN-44. Man of War, you probably need like a red dot stock, stock extended mags, long barrel, something like that would be good for the Man of War. And the Kuda, is it as good as the VMP and the Weevil? Yes, the Kuda is, those 3 are probably the 3 best SMGs in the game. And the Pharaoh too is pretty good. And if so, should the Kuda have a suppressor? I don't really like the silencer in this game. A lot of people ask me about the silencer. I don't think the silencer is that good, but it can be good on something like the Kuda. If you run Ghost, Sixth Sense, you know, like double up on the perk 1, and then run a Silence Extended Max Kuda, it can be pretty good if you're a stealthy player. Preferably, I don't run the Suppressor, but that's because I'm just rushing them straight up. I don't really try to stay stealthy. If you're a stealth player, the Kuda is a pretty good one with a Suppressor. Let's get to the next question we have here from Ian Nash. I love this because it's sort of like, I love talking about Black Ops 3, and I love, you know, hearing what you guys need help on and helping you guys out. And hopefully, even if these, like, obviously this is designed to answer these people's questions, but obviously most of the people watching this video didn't ask the questions. They can just learn from this, and I think it's just a whole, like, it's a great series overall. And I hope you guys support it with likes and everything. So Ian says, how do you play Hardpoint effectively? Now, Hardpoint is a very good game. It's probably my favorite game in Black Ops 3. How do you play it effectively? The first thing is you need to know the rotation. So how it works is each hardpoint is up for 60 seconds, I think it is, and then it goes, 60 seconds, and then they go to the next hardpoint. So if you know the order of it, it's not random. It's the same order every single time. If you memorize the order, you can cut people off. So say one hardpoint is at the very back of the map, okay? And the next one's in the middle. You know when that hardpoint expires, everyone's going to start running towards the middle. And if you know the map and you have good map awareness, you're going to know all the cutoffs for that. You're going to know, like I said earlier in this video, you're going to know all the choke points. You can post up there, get some free kills. And Hardpoint is all about knowing those rotations and learning the spawns. Now, the spawns are a bit harder. Even myself, I don't know the spawns for all the hardpoints. Only pretty much the competitive maps, I know all of them. Like this map Aquarium I'm playing on right now. And by the way, I get like 90-something kills non-lethal, I think, right here. Pretty good gameplay. I forgot to mention that. I was just going off. I have so much fun running UAV, counter UAV, and the hater. And anyway, yeah, that's how you want to play Hardpoint. You want to learn those rotations on every map. I know them pretty well. For Aquarium, it goes to the middle, then it goes to the back left, then it goes to the pool, then it goes over to the back right, and then back to the middle. I think that's how it works for Aquarium. Basically, you just have to learn those ones and learn those rotations for Hardpoint, and you'll do very well. Hopefully, you guys did enjoy this video. Once again, the first episode of my How to Get Better series at Black Ops 3. Please, guys, if you made it to the end of the video, drop a like on this thing. I want to see you guys support this. I want to know you guys like the series because I love making these videos, and I really, really hope you guys like it. And obviously, if you have any questions you want to get answered in the next episode, drop them down in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for Cookie. I'll probably have another video up later tonight as well. I've been going ham with the late night uploads, doing 2 a day. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe for Cookie. No Lookie, and I'm out. Peace. Love you guys.